I used to actually say Pog so much.
A Mimone Tracer versus Zomba. I would take Zomba on the head-to-head, but surrounded by the rest of GK, different story.
Yeah, fortunately last week we did see the Tracer get down out really early from
Pog you
versus Team Z.
Poggers, dude.
Seeing Mimone come out on the Venture, it would surprise me a little to see Mimone pick up the Venture now that the Tracer is on the table. So for both teams, we do see the Symmetra to get those teleporters, get the team out faster, and then see Zomba and Mimone switch back over to the Tracer.
I can't lie, I do remember throwing a game for the friend, bro.
Yeah, Zomba's super low too. Had to recall already.
I was like 13 playing Torb.
Covers separated the heals from the rest of the team, but PDK waiting on the point, actually teleported to the window really early on to try and get some positioning. And Sakura found the first pick. Lethal dead. There's a chance for GK to jump in on this point.
No, that song's stuck in my head now. Oh my fucking god.
Wait for 5 players and then push for GK.
Or just wait for Lethal to get a pick. This soldier can still have a lot of power, especially if you are going to be charging up on something like this Zarya without the bubble. But it is tough when Zev does have so many bubbles to work with.
Okay, GK are actually on Winston here. Let me see how they play this Winston. They probably have to like really slow until they get ult or like a lucky pick.
From the beam damage from the Zarya.
Because they can't really do anything else.
Right, there's Zarya and the Reaper. The Reaper can stay around for almost an infinite amount of time with a couple.
There you go.
Mimone wins out the 1v1 though against Zomba. And Zeb now pretty damn low. Almost takes a railgun headshot from Lethal, but managed to scurry for cover. GK in the midst of this battle have also managed to cap the point as Z and Zev just jump off the map, knowing the fight is done and done. As Mimone picks up another kill.
Re-listen to Gillette right now. It's actually generational. Whoa!
The rush is going to be good, but what about this Tracer pulse bomb from Mimone? I mean, think you could just go ahead and try to throw that in, force out some of those cooldowns like the Suzu, or, you know, look at if Natsuki is able to actually get this title blast up.
Wait, Lethal's dead by Zomba?
Lethal's already dead. This has been twice now that GK have lost Lethal so early on in the fight.
Wait, Cover got ulted. Hold on, is it big? Is it big? Oh, Zomba misses the pulse on the tank.
There will stop the knockdown from happening. Cover dodges out of the way of the pulse bomb, however, and the sound back from Admiral is just going to keep Cover in the fight. Still has the leap and a bubble up in a couple of seconds. He does manage to isolate.
Oh my, Cover the unkillable demon. Oh, he's dead. My bad.
Does end up falling, so that separation of heals from Coffer just didn't really matter at all. And a Graviton Surge to add just more salt to the wound.
Honestly, I don't think Zeb needed the grab, but
expensive fight though for Sakura.
Super expensive, but I think the Graviton Surge was well worth it at the end. You don't want to allow GK to just have the immense pressure to come back.
Alright. Does PDK have the Reaper gene? He's dying first a lot here.
He's still going to be able to find the pick, but now this has become even harder.
Yeah, really nice catch on PDK. Kind of sniffed the Reaper out, who was hiding in the rafters. Quick push onto the point, now the Primal Rage.
Wait, Cover Primal on the edge here? Someone has to go off the map. No way.
A lot of boops on the horizon. This Primal Rage, Admiral playing in that window, just separating the entire team. Cover finds 2 with Primal. And UV also gets himself on the board with a cover. Sakura
let them out a little bit, hit him with Soldier, and then we can chase with Wu Yango on Tracer on the rotation. And that's map.
It's so tough. You saw Z be able to use that Kitsune Rush to at least try to close the distance the last time that ultimate was available. But look at how far forward GK are playing. They also have this Lucio to speed them out if they need to. Just amp it up speed, get back to the point. And you also have the ability
TP left, PDK, TP left.
Might not be a huge factor in this next fight, but they're on last fight territory, so they've got to start popping over.
Yes.
PDK jumps to the point, and there's the rush to try and create space in the mid. Tidal Blast on the Winston goes straight for the front line, but looks like Zeb managed to bubble off that damage and the knockdown.
Natsuki is just alone on the island out here. Zomba dead.
But it doesn't really matter for GK. If you get 95+%, you're going to be
W trade. Wait, Zeb carry zone. It's a Zeb carry angle. Oh my god, it's a Zeb carry angle.
The swift step from Z and chasing Zeb away.
No, he bubbled Z instead of bubbling himself. You need to get greedy here, Zeb.
The fight forced a swift step once more as the OT touch comes in from Zomba.
Oh, great recognition of those Zarya bubbles being down so you could land the pulse, and Mimone was already putting so much pressure on.
Wait, how is Zomba off the map?
Now it's just going to be staggers back onto the point to see if Sakura can keep triggering this overtime.
My guy is farming right now on the Tracer. Another swift step forward. Sound barrier comes in.
Nah, I think if Zeb bubbled himself there instead of Z, they would have won.
And late to an ult. 4% off that grab. Could have been the difference maker, but GK ended up rounding the round out in quite consistent fashion. Although Sakura, you know, they got some time on the board, so I'd be happy with that.
A celebratory sound barrier at the end there. They definitely didn't need it to win that.
It's not that his game's unplayable right now. It's just a lot harder to play.
Cherry on top of that last team fight. Wow.
That's all.
I mean, this is insane. You could actually, so we were talking a little bit about that. First of all, yes, 0 deaths for Maimon, 13 elims. But I want to talk about the damage that Ultraviolet is doing on the Wuyong. We talked a little bit about the perk difference.
Is E-Sojourn per good? It's not bad. I don't think it's bad at all.
The ebb and flow, and you'll see why a lot of these Wuyongs, especially
Chorus was on Venture today? Demon, bro, demon.
He's got more damage on his team than the...
It's only good some places.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Look at it.
Bro, Wu Yang does so much damage.
Just obnoxious from Ultraviolet.
Also, UV is so good at Wu Yang.
When you hit the triple, did you see the triple shot, double triple shot on Zeb? Falls to half, Lethal just railgun.
Like, UV is actually so good at Wu Yang.
Insane, and you can see why people are saying, you know, maybe this guy is the best Wu Yang right now in the world. Again, we'll have to wait until we get to the international stage to prove that point, which, to be fair, isn't too far away.
But look at how he's arcing the orbs too. He just really understands the weapon. I think that's what's gonna be.
Why 3 balls not the wave? Do you see how much damage he's doing?
Players, I'm definitely taking some notes for myself when I go bring this to ladder. But on this next team fight too, see how far forward GK are playing with this. Cup is holding the door. Knows he has got to jump to be able to kite away. And still Ultraviolet. Look how he's just
literally playing in the front line
PDK right now.
Yeah. I mean, PDK was forced to Wraith. You saw the Wraith happen. He ended up getting the mega health pack and then had to back up.
They're so good at poking them out, bro. Every rotation is so hard.
He's kind of carrying this game right now, both in terms of damage and just presence on the map. It's
absolutely.
Surely doesn't get another kill. Nice.
Well, never say never. But that's such an early title blast, and think about how much pressure that's going to put on this main bridge. You can give that over to Winston if you want to. I think Kappa especially.
Bro, PDK needs to stop dying first. Oh my god, bro.
Don't even need the title blast.
Yep. PDK gets dominated again. Walks up, takes a couple of shots at Kappa, trying to force him off that triangle. Has to Wraith, goes to the mega. As soon as he pops out, Ultraviolet can just quickly arc those shots around that corner. And they're just going to go early. Just trying to force them to use ults. Zomba attempts to touch the point, chased away.
GK have 5 ults right now. Cup is so close that I actually have to count it, but the Kitsune rush here first from Z. They just have to get something done with this.
Bang,
Shaka are really trailing behind. It's 75%, and they've just now touched the point.
Yeah, Sound Barrier connects with 4 there. Some with the pulse.
Ooh, okay, really? Okay.
I mean, this is just utter domination from GK. And I expect nothing less, and I don't think the audience would expect anything less from them either. I'm sure a lot of you have got yours, a lot of these players in your fantasy lineup as well. Looks like Zomba's going to attempt to touch, but actually just hugging these health packs. And I don't think he can. There's going to be one person on the point at least, and that is PDK. Zomba dealt with by Lethal. But that Wraith Bomb is going to get forced pretty early once again as Kappa pops the Primal Rage on the bridge. There goes the Reaper.
Yo, what music is playing right now?
Unfortunately, I think it's all over already. GK with a decisive map win on Lijiang Tower, taking it 2-0.
Sheer dominance, looking at Maimon, looking at Ultraviolet. I gotta see the stats.
That was
second round on Lijiang because Maimon still
my god.
Ultraviolet has the most damage on the entire
It happens, bro. It happens.
It's just not close.
UV has 9k damage. UV has 9k damage. Holy shit.
My GOAT support. And you can see how much they're picking on PDK. Guys, 4 and 11 on the Reaper. And being able to take that Falling Rain perk and connect with the Tracer, connect with the Reaper, force recalls, force blinks, force the Wraith Walk, the shift. And you are dominant. You're dominating. And it also allows Kappa to walk up and be more aggressive. I mean, this team's just in sync. This meta looks almost built for them. And yeah, what more can you ask for? A little 2-0 for GK.
I was laughing a little bit at the nameplate that PDK has. Oh,
hey,
he's easy prey.
I mean, it kind of is, right? I mean,
I feel so bad saying that.
You've got the smallest hitbox in the world on the Reaper. It's like a mid-size
true.
hitbox.
Ruthless, man. Ruthless.
DPS.
Fucking ruthless.
But if you're getting the 3 orbs to the body too, it
Fucking
is just
ruthless.
so challenging to stay alive.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, even
You're
just outside
forced,
of the
like I said,
mobility
forcing
cooldowns, like you were
CDs.
saying.
Yeah, forcing CDs, and then you're also in a position where
Cool gamer thinks in 4 months.
to grapple with the amount of CC that both Admiral and UV can provide. You can wave the Reaper away, you can bubble the Death Bottom, you can boop him, you can... PDK is like
They weren't saying that you went 22 deaths. I went 22 deaths and I won the whole fucking game. I won the series. I won the next 2 maps. I won the whole fucking game.
It is a little rough. A little 87 to live versus 19 on the side of Sakura. I mean, GK are vying for that #1 seed coming out of North America, going into Sweden.
Well, they won stage 1 and they won stage 2, and they're definitely looking to try to win that stage 3 to have that perfect season, and they're getting very close.
I literally EMP'd left out of beat last fight.
And now if they can get another victory over Sakura, then
I did my
they're
job.
kind of setting themselves up there. The hard part is still when you do have to face against all of the other teams that you expect to see at the World Finals, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, a lot of those teams that you'd expect to give them a real challenge are actually in the later half of the stage, closer to the World Finals. And by the way, don't forget to get your tickets right now.
How does it feel playing against people who you used to look up to? Oh, it's fucking awesome feeling, bro.
A 1-day, 3-day
That feeling was awesome.
exclusive merch packages as well. So go on.
Or like getting recognition from people you looked up to. That's also awesome too.
Follow that link on your screens. We had to, I think, release some more VIP tickets because they already sold out. So yeah, make sure you go check that out. It's going to be a wonderful time. It's going to be a good time. And
I was watching you in class and somebody is that PG, bro? No fucking way.
Back in on this game later in the stage. It's actually really good for them because you can just do a lot of research.
Didn't Palmer say your aim was good but the game sense was bad? Yeah. I think every Korean player said the same thing about me. They said my aim was good but my game sense is ass. I was like, alright, bet.
And if the mid-season patch rolls around and it doesn't change too much, then yeah, you're pretty chilling if you're GK. So definitely a preferred like staggering of extremely top tier teams in North America as they move on. Speaking of which, it will be Sakura choosing the next map, Rose.
I want to say we go to King's Row. I feel like that it maybe has the most potential in terms of being able to shut down the Wrecking Ball, as it's not as...
Do I think my game sense is ass?
I've seen teams play
Sometimes. I think it's more just me getting like fucking nervous.
Maybe play a bit
Like when
more
I'm watching these matches, I know everything to do, but sometimes in games I get nervous.
Play against a slower tempo ball.
And I'm way smarter than I was before,
Just run in with the Wrecking Ball. I mean, that's, you know, cover's gonna be,
which is a given. I didn't really.
for sure. As we continue on, maybe not on the King's Row if they do end up going there, but if we do go to King's Row, it's like, okay, well, we have to put Lethal on Hanzo now, and what a shame. Oh no, that sucks.
No,
Why can't we
so
play with
sad.
something else? This is so sad. Yeah, so yeah, Hanzo's been looking.
You the overthinking hits game.
Weeks, including in ranked as well. So
Nah,
yeah,
I understand it now.
kind of continue this tempo through. Sakura did end up getting a couple of nice kills, but when it comes to like this dive and even the head-to-head, like I mentioned with Maimon and Zomba, they are right now just head and shoulders above Sakura.
I'm hoping we'll still be able to see some good signs here from Sakura, but it does get a little bit harder now that GK has
Subligate, yeah.
Zarya. A pick that Zeb has really been favoring, even their match versus SSG. They were able to get around
Were the present? I literally keep forgetting.
Tracer,
Put 'em up.
but unfortunately, that composition just didn't quite work out for them in the rest of the series. But beating out Wooyeon feels good. After what Ultraviolet did to you on that first map, I think you cannot let him play this hero again.
Sad that
But
you
then
only
you
get
just
one of
play
those
Ana.
bans in this series. Yeah, you could also just play Ana here. Probably get it countered by the Kiri, but you could do a little funny business if you really want. Do Kiri Ana. I wouldn't be too shocked to see that. Although with Admiral playing, it's probably going to be Lucio still. Yeah, Sakura with a very thoughtful ban going into this match. Let's load into.
Are we having a listen in?
Esperança. This is our second map in this series.
What's going on? Why is it so quiet? Why is it so quiet? I'm closing Pred soon. 20 seconds on close res.
All right, Lethal. Hit scan. Okay. Let's see if he...
I don't think I'm coming back to pro, at least for now. But you never know in the future.
Prey, honestly. You know Sakura also just going to be running it down on something like a queen, like this rush style. I still like the PDK on the Reaper, but again, it's actually
2,
connecting with the back.
1.
Even
I'm gonna Brez.
which is a problem for PDK.
Yeah, I mean, like, do I really need to do Preds when y'all are voting like that? 94 to 6%.
Queen, obviously, the shout is definitely going to help PDK.
And the Lucio as well.
To be feared.
Yeah, like we saw Natsuki on the Wuyong on the first map, and so now we're seeing.
Honestly, I'm liking the Kuffa on ball. It seems like every team has like their weird comp.
So not only do you have the commanding shout, but you also have to amp it up on the speed. Should be
Queen though, Queen kind of shits on ball a little bit.
Close to the targets you want. I'm looking at Lethal.
PDK still on Reaper here.
Kind of have to leave Kuffa alone with a composition like this and try to just focus either when you see Kuffa jump in like that or just try to go in.
Why? Why Reaper? Reaper sucks into their comp.
Everybody is so nimble though, apart from Lethal, sadly. Tried to end up dashing away, was actually on low ground. And now My Moan is in trouble. Takes a couple of left clicks to the face, forced to recall. Ultraviolet also pretty...
Oh wait, kill UV. Come on, Zomba.
The map right now. Just kind of
no way.
with My Moan is
nice playing life though, no trades.
Good early push from Sakura.
Yeah, Queen's really strong in the ball.
This is really where they want to be as well. They want to be on the point. They want to just stick here and not a fight on the extremities against the Wrecking Ball.
Z is also really fucking good. I feel like Z doesn't get their flowers a lot.
Point presence. Look at Kuffa having to just come to the cart, but you have now this Kiriko that just needs to swift step away.
I mean, you just can't stop UV. A pick on the Zomba already?
Get Chumba down and
team ending to tier 1 for 3 months in advance. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Again, the kiting potential onto PDK cannot be understated. Good double kill from April, but there is the bot.
I think PDK really needs to swap, bro.
It's tough because I think that Sakura just
like, you know, it's not even a bad pick. Soldier is actually not a bad pick here.
Maybe they saw an opportunity to go after somebody on the GK backline, and then that didn't quite work out for them since they all got picked apart, off angled by Ultraviolet, and then just go from there. And now it's gonna be Kuffa, waiting for the rollout to get to the backline of Sakura.
What does Soldier even do? You can run, get to angles really fast. Helix has pick potential against her whole comp. Visor is good in the Curio. It's really not that bad.
Yeah, well, there's both the rushes, like you said, and Lethal already dies. But now Suki actually caught up by the Mega, not with the team. So 1-for-1 trade. Z now forced to use that swift step, including the Suzu. So WMIMO knows this Kiriko is a little bit more vulnerable. A shout, though, is going to save the Kiriko for the time being. Because once again, MyMoan just trying to find a pick on this extremity. However, now the bot in control of Sakura. Looks like they're going to have to back off.
Crazy, no.
For the time being, as Kuffa ends up just bowling straight into the back line. There is an ult here from Zeb. And in fact, let's get a quick listen in from GK as they head into this next fight.
I feel like Sakura's going to look for a Queen over here, and then they're going to play for the better beat. Oh my, no Suzu? Oh, they got traded.
That's right. That's good. Maybe you will point.
Stay point.
Yeah, I can. Therefore, I'll back Kiri ult.
Content play. Yeah, I have Bell for Queen ult.
Yeah, they're gonna like beat push tennis probably.
We can look for Ajax on early.
Ooh, they're gonna look for an Ajax.
Look for Ajax, make better beats.
Yes.
Queen no knife.
Let's see if they can do it.
Queen low. Push out. I'm up top of Dennis.
Mermaid.
Queen low.
I'm gonna be on Trey.
What, they beat it?
Yeah, I should be fine.
Why?
Queen went.
Oh, I can't help Polly.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Ripper carry top.
Ripper weak. Yeah. I can get that.
What did they beat?
Can we look for push Lucian?
Lou under right.
Push.
Queen one.
Two, send it.
Queen one.
Less.
Carry one.
Ripper one.
All
on me. Yeah, Trailer under.
Ripper.
Maybe he's out. Wait,
Why did Sakura beat? What?
Pulse Reaper, Kitty, and Queen.
Not Trey.
Only a beat.
I think Trey behind.
Okay, I want to go with Kirill. Can you set up for a slam on my Kirill, Kuffa?
They're far right. They're far right.
Really nice team comms there from Ultraviolet. GK saying like, look, we can go for the better beat. We just need to survive the initial engagement. From
Yeah, Comtech, they got a mod in the Discord.
Slink away at 40 HP, and they ended up coming out on top.
Oh my, UV's dead?
Corner after that checkpoint. Ultraviolet does end up going down, however, but Nasuki is going to be the focus
I don't know, I've caught it in 14 months.
by Z. But here comes the boss. Sakura managed to steal it away for the time being, but again, GK just fighting on these off angles. Even a mind on the point. GK haven't got really the numbers though to stick around, but they can buy time. And it looks like PDK right now and Zeb a little bit too scared to fight in a 1v2 versus Mind.
Yo, someone help Zomba. What? Someone help Zomba.
Thrown down to the floor.
Someone help Zomba, man.
Can actually stabilize.
They still stabilized with 3 ultimates as well. That last team fight went so fast that they were able to hold on to the Stuff Blossom as well as this Rampage. It was a little bit more difficult, I think, in that open space to land it. And the team is still going to be quite mobile. So I think maybe even making use of either of those ultimates will be a little bit tough. But let's see.
We need a Queen ult soon.
His Rampage is going to be...
He needs a Queen ult before they get beat.
Not only because of the Suzu, but no one's really all standing in the same place at once. I'm in the 1v1 versus Zomba. Off onto that mega health pack.
Alright, Natsuki just died instantly.
Suzuki got dominated there. Slam down, goes up, Lethal just bolts him in the sky.
Now we need a Blossom.
Rampage connects with only one, and it is Cuffer. And
Oh my, Zomba with a gap. Oh my god.
doesn't even need to get
Oh,
Suzu
that's
in
dead.
that situation either. Lethal holding down the bot so it doesn't get anywhere near the checkpoint. And with 4 minutes to go, yeah, Sakura looking for a miracle.
The bot's even getting pushed all the way back into GK territory as these fights are messy.
Diva? I'm fucking with that. Diva's a good pick here.
No real true coordinated team fight just yet. Even the Rampage only getting 1. Zeb actually, after using that ultimate, is going to switch over to the Diva. Diva's going to have that defense matrix to deal with somebody like Lethal on that Freya. And you also maybe, if you can have your head on that swivel, be able to eat up a pulse bomb too. Not up quite yet here for Mimome, but maybe Zeb can get back into the fight a little bit better and also help out with a bit more of this chaotic fight.
Okay, they just gonna kite this, then go in with B. What? That's what we blossom?
A lot of that damage actually sent towards PDK's way was Matrix in the end, but Cuffer is going to force Zeb all the way back. A better beat though for Sakura potentially here. Only 1 ult on board, and Suki does manage to land it on top of the high
B
ground.
push when we don't have the car.
Rather than a small cast knife.
It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good.
So that will be forward spawns here for GK.
No, Diva's really good here. Forces Lethal back on the Soj.
Over to the Sojourn. I mean, this is a slow bleed out.
Huge mines from Cuffer, though.
They need to find something. Now, Tsuki trying to play Minesweeper right now, but it's going to get chased.
Nice peel from Z.
Mimone and Cuffer after those
Kirio comes out from UV here.
All the way pushed back into a corner.
Sakura have no ults. They need to kite this. If they can kite this, how?
Oh, you got the pulse bomb too. Right when Z was vulnerable.
Yeah, Z, I think teleported it in there to try and help Natsuki, but ended up sitting on the...
And I was getting this
Unfortunately, that hatch was a rather large explosion. GK now with no ults on board, doesn't matter, because they got checkpoint, they got forward spawns, and there's 2 minutes to go with Sakura.
I get GG fell asleep on the keyboard. Nah, I mean, it's just too hard.
That just means you're gonna have to win.
I feel like Sakura is just trolling their ults so bad.
Right now, and especially with how long some of these fights are taking. Oh, but that's a good start. Zomba actually finds a pick on Ultraviolet and Lethal, while Cup is just trying to play Distractor in the back.
Yeah, but they need clean fights. Ideally, you only let
Dude, the adaptive shields on ball are actually so good.
Get back to the point in time, but you need clean engagements now. If you're Sakura, you need a team wipe. And then 1 more maybe to even get the lead. They've got to rush. They can do it.
Don't let PK heat up.
If he connects the pulse ball onto someone like
We've been waiting, bro.
And there's no saving grace to the Suzu. That could be what they need.
They've done it before. When Z had this Kitsune Rush, just let PDK go absolutely wild on this Reaper. And if you can actually place it with a good time...
No timing the 15 months.
Like Mimone without blinks, even Lethal as well.
Ew, is Zomba like that?
That's exactly the stick they were looking for. Lethal down. Ultraviolet did TP towards the Sojourn, but there was no saving grace to that Suzu.
Come on, Lucio needs to live. Okay, we get checkpoint. PDK needs to set up for this Blossom. PDK needs to set up for this Blossom. And Zomba's clipped.
Laces down Zomba, who is just on the checkpoint alone. Oh, Satsuki was off to the sidelines, but wasn't in a good enough condition to actually contest my moan.
PDK?
Onto Admiral, was holding onto that sound barrier. A nice little boom
Nice.
away, but this 1v1 is going to end with a kunai to the back of
Cart.
And with 90 meters lead from GK.
Do not TP on them. Do not TP on them. You need a cart. Do not TP on them.
Seconds to go as Kuffer is just leading this robot directly towards the checkpoint of Sakura's side of the map. This is disaster.
Ooh, but Zomba actually finds
Will Sheridan thinks it's 6 months.
on the side.
Zomba gets a pick on the Willy, but Zeb is out of mech with no bomb. Zeb is dead.
And without the tank, it's gonna be a really
Z is dead. B. Bet.
Impossible, Rose, unfortunately. A two-man sound barrier from Natsuki. Kuffer stealing
PDK
the
boss
ball,
him.
meaning that
Yeah.
Sakura had to split their focus as GK end up taking Esperança, and they lead the series 2-0.
Oh man, I actually thought that there was a really good chance there for Sakura to come back in and make that final little bit of meterage quite close. If they were able to stick together as a team, I think especially if Zomba doesn't go down there, then you do have a bit more pressure from your
Yeah, Natsuki got caught out on the rotations a lot.
On this map, you're also doing over 9k damage, and that feels really good, especially towards the back half of the map. I feel like PDK really
Willy with
likes
8k
being able
damage.
to
Oh my
do more
god.
Reaper, being
Everything
able
about
to get
healing?
some more of those instant pickups.
Yeah, and like, I
think GK's whole plan is just to let UV DPS.
in the book to get out of the
Okay,
way of
maybe that was part
Ultraviolet,
of it
who-
for sure, but
Yeah, who is still putting up big numbers. Second highest damage on the team. Not too bad whatsoever. Just behind my moan there at the very end. But this is GK looking about as strong as we kind of expected.
Would you ever consider coaching? Fuck no, bro. That shit time consuming and boring as hell.
SSG last week. See if that trend will continue in this map. Maybe they'll even take the next one. But right now, this is GK playing at their best. Wu Yang cannot be banned anymore by Sakura. Same with the Wrecking Ball. So, I mean, maybe we go to a King's Row to force them off the ball pick. But this is looking like a GK win from here on out.
otherwise, maybe you end up going.
Right now.
We did see a little bit of the Soldier today with the damage boost from Kellex. I mean, that was kind of fun. It was
Mercy
a little bit.
Ew, Willy with the gap on the Zomba.
Wins the duel against Zomba, and what's Lethal going to do? He's going to sit long range, just hold left click.
It's over, man.
Hope his team follow up with the damage, which they definitely will. And what a backline to try and push onto as well.
We haven't seen RG. I haven't seen RG in a long ass time. I don't know where he's been.
Of course, have Ultraviolet, which is dealing probably the highest damage in the lobby, if I had to make a guess after what we saw the last couple of maps.
Hades 2 dropping on the 25th? Bet, what's happening?
Quite likely already.
Do you think GK are still top 2 without UV? Depends who they get.
Just twice the amount that anybody else has.
But no, UV's like every player on GK is a key factor to their success. It's a team game, bro.
Back over to that Zarya Reaper, and they can play as a team a little bit better together, I think, as well. Maybe you have to go on a bit of a solo mission to try to get rid of this lethal turret, but
UV is not leaving GK. That is not what I said.
Does end up trading, and the rush and the tidal blast end up connecting with the backline as Z unfortunately just falls face first onto the
He asked me a question if they would still be top 2 without UV.
Ryan end up getting a touch, but unfortunately it's just 100-0 on the first point there for GK.
after losing the first fight so early, and now they're having to struggle to figure out what to play next. Sakura are behind in ultimates as well. You had the rush, which was perfect timing against something like that Tidal Blast, but are virtually just not able to capitalize on the value. Usually when we would see these
UV's a great teammate. Great guy, great teammate, great player. Love that guy, man. That's my Benny.
And they've actually separated Seb almost there, luckily. There is a small doorway that the supports could run through. Cover trying to look for some bowl offs the map. Well, Z does end up teleporting away, but that's one key cooldown now down. And direct hit from Ultraviolet sends Z to the Shadow Realm. And a sound barrier on top of that. So that's going to be fight over with.
Zomba has pulse bomb lethal!
Sakura now at least looks
They getting murdered, man. Jesus.
Molten Core. Oh my god. Yeah, Molten Core up for lethal. I'm excited to see how he decides to use this.
I feel like the Zarya is so hard to maul. Zarya is like, you kind of just AFK into the ball slams. That's how you get energy. Or like whenever your Reaper wants to get going, you bubble Reaper.
Alright, well, there's a turret down. That's 0.5 of a kill at the very least for Zomba. TP into the backline. PDK going against that Torbjorn. The sound barrier is going to make sure he can actually stay in the backline for the time being and actually.
Nah, why am I sensing a pulse bomb on a shirt? Never mind.
My Moan and Admiral actually chased down Zomba. That overhealth not meaning all too much for the rest of Sakura now. As Ultraviolet used that wave on the grab, even popped the Tidal Blast onto Admiral to keep him up. A knockdown.
Let's go, PDK.
On top of Admiral, punishing him for his sins in the backline. Ultraviolet now with the Guardian Wave still in his back pocket. And now with the falling rain too, he's dishing out damage, but they actually need the point.
Whoa, they committed a rush?
Managed to cap in amongst that grab fight.
Well, honestly, I think they needed to.
Staying power is going to be
Drop these 9 months.
considering they used that rush on the point, so it's going to be GK with a small retreat before they try and re-engage.
How is Zomba dead?
Away from that, Admiral still catches somebody so that they can go back in. Cuff is gonna have mines very
Wait,
short.
winnable? Pocket Zeb, Pocket Zeb, winnable. Pocket Zeb, Pocket Zeb, Pocket Zeb. Oh, Natsuki's dead. Why is Natsuki over there?
Look at
What?
Zeb, he's just taking so much damage in the front line. Obviously, you want to just contest for as long as humanly possible, but not only is the turret kind of dominating this Zarya, but Lethal's just frontlining as the Torb. He hits the overload, and yeah, the guy looked immortal. Right, GK. He might have to deal with a touch here. Zomba is hanging around, but actually just can't get there. 2-0.
Oh, the full team effort there too. You like got body blocked by Cuffa, maybe even got slammed down in the process. But everybody was gonna follow up on that to ensure that GK did win that second Flashpoint. And now they get to
Dude, Torb is so strong right now.
Sound barrier advantage. They've still held on to mines as well since Cuffa earned them in the last.
I'm just trolling.
And look, I mean,
I do think Torb's not that bad though.
Wraith and the bubble and gets
Look
to
at Ultraviolet.
HP.
Can
Yeah,
someone look
no
at
one can
Ultraviolet?
touch him.
Bro
No.
was just right next to Zeb, and no one was looking at him as he sends out tactical nukes around the corner. All right, well, there's
my
the point
God.
unlocked.
Point unlocked, point capped. They just need the sound barrier, and now they still have held on to Mines, Pulse, Tidal Blast. Ultraviolet can give the Tidal Blast over to Mindbone and almost ensure that you get this Pulse Bomb. So if you're able to force Z to use Swift Step or Suzu early, then... Or it just, Ultraviolet just goes in now.
What just happened? Wait, what just happened? What?
No one was there. All good.
Maybe
Ultraviolet's
Cuffa's
still
like-
dead.
What are we waiting on?
14-0, highest damage in the lobby at 6.7k damage. And also highest kill in the team as well, so...
He did that shit on purpose, bro. He had to do that shit on purpose. He had to do that shit on purpose. He had to do that shit on purpose.
Surge in the back line. Guardian Wave and a little bit of healing there from UV isn't going to help Admiral, who's just solo grab, but still you have to kill Cuffa. I mean, Sakura's supports are looking a little bit worse for wear there.
Z, Lethal just hammered Z.
Kill on Z. All right, well, that's an unfortunate way to go. I don't think you're going to be staying around too much longer, Zeb, either. Sound barrier's going to come in from Natsuki, hits 3, and now they're going to try and look towards that point.
Ugh.
Just end up getting chased down in the end, but an expensive fight for Sakura as Lethal. His turret is still doing work. The guy is absolutely dominating on the Torbjorn, and Ultraviolet tags PDK straight out of the E. And there's Molten Core. This is just, some of the silliest Overwatch I've seen.
Let's go, Zeb.
Lethal eventually ends up going down. Sakura is still holding on to this point thanks to this rush.
They just have to use Q on cooldown, though. You saw as soon as the rush came up, Z's using it. They expended the sound barrier even when they only had 3 alive because they knew it was do or die. 71% of her GK, and they're still coming up with kills. Zeb can't get away from that. And so that's a player advantage for GK as they enter into the final fight of this Flashpoint.
I think you need to be a medium to tell us right now that GK are going to win this fight. They've got Tidal Blast. Ultraviolet is still not dead. Hit the 20 kill streak a minute ago. Sakura at least have 87. They're going to touch, but this fight is going to be... Oh, where's the turret? Oh, it died. It just exploded in the air. Oh, hit the skybox. Unlucky. Zomba does end up having to use the recall early on. He's 14 HP. My Moan chases him, at least triggers OT. Tidal Blast now onto My Moan, who tries to get to the back line. No immediate knockdowns, but Natsuki is in trouble and in dire need of support. PDK with the Death Blossom on the point, but that turret in the skies is just kind of dominating. Like an orbital laser, you see that tracking people. And Lethal, he's got the hammer speed up perk as well, so he's a force to be reckoned with as he chases.
Did you actually get Canes with the first one?
PK round out that map with a
No, I was supposed to get Canes with them, but I was busy during Dollar. Whenever they had like the Canes meetup, I was actually busy. I think I had scrims.
We definitely expected, but this dominance from Ultraviolet.
UV has 10k damage. Fuck this. Like what?
10k damage, 0 deaths. Even Maimon only died once in that entire game. Like, just kind of incredible.
Yeah,
What a
Ultra
tough
Violet's
opponent.
numbers.
Poor Sakura.
Why do you think Sakura is losing?
What I'm saying, like, there's probably nerve Wuyang at
Missed
this point.
engage timings, dying on rotations,
Damage from UV, 0 death.
wasting a lot of ultimates,
Maybe it's not the best in the world.
not enough coordination.
I mean, the numbers, you know, they're running with the.
Also, GK is really good.
Tough uphill battle for Sakura.
Like nearly every rotation, I think someone got picked. So it was so hard rotating.
Here from the opposition. That's exactly the Geekay that we